places we could go. Oh, why don't we pay Cloudretainer a visit at Mount Outsong? It's been a while since we last saw that illuminated bird. She's always the one popping up out of nowhere and scaring us half to death. So let's surprise her this time.
Are you really sure that we can even surprise her? I'm pretty sure that she's the type to already... Her senses are tingling when she sees customers... Or not customers, but people come, you know? Like, her senses are tingling. She knows. She knows exactly that you're about to ruin her day and bust down that door and just talk to her.
If you are presently unoccupied, perhaps we could stop a while at one's abode for some repose and conversation.
Never mind, she apparently wants us to come by. So, forget what I said. Let's just get going and get there. Okay? Okay, let's get there then. That was kinda creepy, the way she was like, yeah, no, you're wrong, you don't get me at all. Okay, let's just get going. Here we are. I hope I'm not going to cry during this quest. I'm really worried. Totally not abusing Farina's powers to walk on water. Yes, and she's apparently standing outside too. Probably she's waiting for us, no?
Do you still remember the first time we came here? We even brought offerings and everything.
True, we cooked everywhere and...
And when we told her that Rex Lapis had been assassinated, she immediately threatened to squash Liyue Harbor. Paimon thought she'd be impossible to get along with. But now that we've spent some more time together, she's really not like that at all.
True, especially she cares so much about Jenna and about Ganyu. She's very kind-hearted, actually.
We probably don't need to bring any offerings now that we've gotten to know her pretty well, right? Still, Paimon's got some snacks around here somewhere, so if she really wants something, we can just use that.
You know, I think it's probably the best decision to bring something anyway, because even Ganyu and Shenhe do this every time they come. So it's not a bad idea to put us in her good favoring by bringing snacks or anything. That's always, like, to bring up her mood, you know? Yeah.
Huh? Traveler, did something catch your eye?
Wow, it's... Don't you think we ever seen her before? Don't you think we have ever seen her before?
Whoa. What a pretty lady. Is she also here to visit Cloudretainer?
Oh, obviously, my dumb brain didn't realize. I'm dumb. Because, my brain was right away Cloudretainer, but of course, the traveler only knows her in her bird form in the game. So obviously, they would be confused by seeing her in her human form. So they don't know that she's Cloudretainer. Sorry, I'm a bit behind, you know. I was a bit behind, but one step in front of everyone. Okay. It seems like she could also be a powerful adeptus.
Yeah, you're right. All it takes is one look and you can tell she's someone special. As expected of that bird lady, really. She must have a whole bunch of Adepti friends from all over the country.
Don't you think she can kinda hear you, maybe?
Okay, but if we're both friends of Cloudretainer, then we're basically friends by association, right? Want to go up to her and say hello?
Well, this is going to be an awkward conversation. Okay, let's go. Who knew you were such a social butterfly? I mean, she goes literally to everyone and says, "Hi, I'm Paimon, and this is Travel." Yeah. She's definitely more social than us, or than the Traveler. I leave the introductions to you, like always.
Helping you make more connections is a part of Paimon's job as your reliable guide. Paimon's got this.
Paimon, I'm an introvert. I don't know how to talk to people properly. Help me out. I'm joking, of course, but still.
Hello.
Never mind, you're not better than me when talking to people. I should have said hello instead.
Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler.
Never mind. You are as worse as myself. Oh no. That is... Why is it every time so awkward? It's the exact same thing why we were at the opera house and Paimon didn't know what to say to Nubilet and they just looked at each other and it was so awkward the entire time. Paimon, just everything in a nice, even tone. Yeah, say it normally.
Paimon doesn't think we've met, but we're also friends of Cloudretainer. May we have the pleasure of learning your name, Madam Adeptus?
Well, that seems polite enough.
You two...
Yeah, look.
What is this tomfoolery? Has this shift in form so clouded your eyes that you no longer recognize one anymore?
Well, we didn't expect you to see you in your human form, so for other people it must be quite shocking, yes. Poor Cloudretainer, she's so confused.
Wait, you're...
Cloudretainer? Yes.
Huh? You're the illuminated bird?
Don't be rude.
You look human. How did that happen?
Well, maybe she just never showed us her human form.
Oh, donning human form is scarcely any test of one's abilities. As for your confusion, one merely had no reason to indulge such inclinations before.
So, you're indulging now because?
Yeah, because...
Well,
Why?
one has made plans to pay a visit to some disciples at Liyue Harbor. Taking on a human form for such a trip is simply a way to make matters less conspicuous.
That seems to be fair.
You? Worrying about keeping a low profile? You're the one who likes to pop up out of nowhere.
Paimon!
all over the place. In fact, Paimon can think of several examples. Like last year, when you suddenly appeared on the top of a roof without any warning. Or...
Paimon, calm down. It feels like Cloudretainer has her reasons, but doesn't want to discuss them too openly. How about we not force her to talk about things that she doesn't want to talk about? She will talk about it in a matter of time. I almost forgot Paimon brought you some gifts.
Hey, didn't we agree not to bring that up unless she asked?
I don't care, we have some, so why not share?
Oh, so you have taken care to follow the proper rules of etiquette after all. Most commendable.
Exactly. See, I knew it. I knew she would like snacks.
Well, this is all Paimon's got. You don't mind, right?
Hopefully, because we thought of you, actually.
One has never found oneself lacking in basic comforts. On the contrary, it is the gesture that one values above all else. So long as you've shown proper respect and consideration, the quantity or quality of the gift is but a trivial matter.
She's actually inside very, very happy, but you know how she is. She's just like... But inside she's like... Yeah.
That kinda makes Paimon feel a little guilty for trying to keep them for herself. Anyway, where were we before you reminded Paimon about the gifts?
Cloudretainer said that she's going to visit some of her disciples.
Ah, right. So by disciples, you must mean Ganyu and Shenhe. It's also been a while since we last saw them. Maybe we can come too.
One planned to extend the invitation even if you had not raised the matter yourself. Shenhe and Ganyu should be quite pleased to see you again.
And we are happy to see them again,
However,
so...
one would first inquire as to the reason behind your visit here. You have cause to seek one's company?
No reason in particular, just saying hi, I guess.
Yeah, we just found ourselves missing you and wanted to see how you were doing. We were hoping you'd tell us one of your stories. Who knew we'd run into your human form while we were at it?
Is that so?
Yes.
If there are no urgent matters at hand, then let us make haste for Liyue Harbor. Ganyu is likely still working at Yue High Pavilion, so that shall be our first stop.
Sure, let's meet Ganyu.
That's great! Then let's all go to Liyue Harbor!
Yay, let's meet Ganyu. It's been a while since we've seen her, so... Okay. Oh, look at that. Oh,
Ganyu has been quite busy with work as of late. One can count on one talon the number of times she returns to Mount Outsong each year.
I wonder why.
Shenhe has also secured employment recently. In her correspondence with me, she wrote that she shall have no need to return for the foreseeable future.
Oh no.
Did they think one was so easily
Hum.
nullified? One shall investigate everything with one's own eyes and decide for oneself if their living conditions are satisfactory.
Oh no. Oh no. Mechanics on the table. This looks so pretty. An elegantly assembled mysterious mechanism. For some reason it is hard to keep our eyes off it. Yes, it looks very pretty. I like it. But I just realized, is this herself? Like, does she actually have a figure or a statue of herself? I mean, I'm not surprised, but... Okay, I should have expected it. It appears to be one of cloudretainer's new inventions, but it's hard to tell what it could be used for. Maybe it's a melody box, you know, where melodies play out? I don't know. That was a random thought.
We're almost at Way High Pavilion. Hey, do you think Ganyu will be shocked to see Cloud Retainer like this?
I'm very concerned for her if that's what you're asking. She would be surprised. I'm not sure, but she would definitely have a surprise face, for sure. Or maybe she actually seen her like this a lot, so we don't know about this part of the story.
Guess we have no idea if Shenhe and Ganyu have ever seen her in this form before. Wait, where did she go?
She did not just fly away, no? She's back there.
Why are you just standing there, Cloud Retainer?
Maybe she's awkward, or she's waiting for us.
Quietly now. One shall stay here. You two can go and meet with her.
Are you nervous?
But why? Isn't it better if we all go together?
Maybe she needs to think of what to say.
If one were to proudly proclaim one's presence, Ganyu would surely profess herself otherwise unoccupied and drop everything to attend to one's visit. One fears that would only result in her staying up all night to make up for lost time.
Understandable. She care. Oh, that's so sweet if you think about
One
it.
does not wish to trouble her. Conversing vicariously via you two shall suffice. Do remember to inquire as to her recent well-being. Again, do not mention one's presence here.
True. The moment you probably are there, Ganyu is going to, like, push everything else behind and forgets about her duties.
Makes sense.
That's how
Alright, then,
Ganyu
we'll
is,
just
after all.
pass on your regards and...
Cloud Retainer?
Too late, she already figured it out.
Oh, busted.
Well, I guess she will pull an all-nighter anyways, knowing her, so...
Is that lady someone you know, Ms. Ganyu? She is indeed. I'm sorry, Huixin.
Too late.
Could we delay the upcoming meeting for a little bit? I believe my schedule today is quite full. Although, perhaps I could move some work to later in the evening.
And she's already about it.
Not to worry, Miss Ganyu. I'll make the necessary arrangements right away.
Thank you, Huixin.
But can we just talk about how kind this is from Ganyu, that she takes time off her day? So Cloud Retainer is really someone important to her. I mean, we knew this, but I think it's just a very sweet gesture. Well, now she already took time off.
While, Ganyu?
Now you can already talk to her. She already took time off.
Greetings. What brings you here today? And Cloud Retainer, too. It's been quite some time since I last saw you in this form.
Oh, so they have seen each other in this form. She's just... I'm not here. I do not know who you're talking about.
You are quite mistaken. One is not acquainted with this cloudretainer of whom you speak. One is simply a mere mortal passerby.
She's... By the way, you talk, she's definitely going to know that you are the one cloudretainer. Huh? Now she's confused.
Seems she's not buying it.
Well, of course not. She has known her for years. How would she buy it? You look exactly like her. Ganyu saw right through her.
That was but a simple test. One did not expect you to be able to recognize one so easily, especially after so many years of only seeing one's other form.
Well, okay, let's just... Okay, yeah. You did win the test. Yay. Ganyu looks totally bewildered. She's thinking, why wouldn't I recognize you? I used to see you every day. How bad do you think my memory is? Oh no, this is... Poor Ganyu, she's so confused.
But recognizing you is, my responsibility as your disciple.
Oh no, now she thinks that you think she's dumb. Oh no, Ganyu, it's not like that, listen.
An apt observation. One was simply passing by while attending to some important business. One thought it would only be fitting to pay you a visit while in the area.
Wait, Paimon wasn't aware of any important...
She didn't listen earlier. She's bad at listening. Don't worry, cloudretainer really had some important things to do. That's why we came along, actually.
Cloudretainer's right! We've still got something super important to do, so we can't stay here for too long today.
Oh, is that so? But it's been so long since we last saw each other.
Well, if you say that, maybe we can actually stay longer then.
One simply desired to see you and had no intention of interrupting your work.
That's also
Quick
right, that's
conversation
not...
should suffice for today. A more involved reunion should wait until you find yourself less occupied.
True. Yeah, you said you are busy all day, so we shouldn't, get carried away. Thanks, cloudretainer, for stopping my excited self.
I understand. That should be fine.
Oh no, is she sad now? Please don't be sad.
While one acknowledges the amount of work that you have to deal with every day, one must also remind you to rest. Though Adepti blood flows through your veins, excessive exhaustion will still cause grave harm to your body.
What she said is right, you know. You, especially you, Gan, you forget to rest, a lot, so...
It still makes one nostalgic to see you as you are now, respected and independent. When you were young, you oft begged one to cuddle you to sleep when you suffered from nightmares.
Oh no, don't! You're going to embarrass her again, Mom. Cloudretainer, calm down, please.
Cloudretainer!
Oh no!
Stop!
I didn't listen. Don't worry, I didn't hear anything. The weather is nice today, right?
If you insist. We are running short on time regardless, so one will refrain from going into each and every story. Why don't you continue your conversation? One shall simply stand by and listen.
Sure. You discussed from recent adventures
Wow.
with Ganyu.
You've been to so many new places since the last time we spoke.
Do
If you ever need anything, please just come find me at High Pavilion.
That's so kind, but you're already busy, so we shouldn't add to your already full work plan, so...
Also, forgive me for my presumptuousness, Cloudretainer, but if you plan to continue appearing in this form, don't you think it'd be helpful to adopt a human name?
That's true. Oh, she doesn't have a human name
Human
yet.
name? Huh. You raise a valid point. Considering the sheer extent of one's renown, Cloudretainer is surely too recognizable as a name.
You really think so? Not that you're not famous or anything, but that famous?
Well, she's an adapter, so it wouldn't surprise me, actually.
You presume to know the extent of one's illustrious achievements.
Oh no.
One would hardly think such a thing to be possible.
No, that's not what you meant.
Nevertheless, Ganyu's advice cannot be ignored. From this point on, when in public occasions, be sure to refer to one as Xianyun.
Xianyun, got that.
Xianyun?
Well, it's a beautiful name. It suits her. No
I
problems with that.
assume that's a reference to the full record of Pristine Pavilion. An
That is a long
years
title.
past would rise with the clouds and rest with the moon. They were enlightened and wise, free and unfettered. The writer referenced Master's name to describe her carefree and spontaneous nature.
Oh, that sounds super cool! Paimon feels like only the most powerful of Adepti could rise with the clouds and rest with the moon.
She's secretly enjoying this. She's like, yes, compliment me more.
Actually, those lines were originally written to describe cloudretainer herself.
Well, that's fair enough. Then that's her name, I guess.
Huh? Wait, so you're really that powerful?
I mean, she kinda said that in the beginning, like...
And what of it? Did you truly take one to be nothing more than a bird of bigger than average size?
I mean, in Paimon's brain, things are way simpler. They are simple, you know? Like...
Not exactly.
That's totally what Paimon had in mind.
To be fair, Cloudretainer rarely speaks of her past accomplishments. The tales of her past can only be found in ancient texts.
Well, but true, maybe, but I mean, I guess it was, also I thought it was kind of obvious. I mean, she's one of the Adapti, so I don't know, you would assume that they kind of had power, like, I don't know, like, well, it was an assumption of mine, but...
It is said that once, a long, long time ago, there was a severe drought in Liyue. Left with no choice, many people left their homes, while others spent day and night praying to the Adepti. Although I did not live through such tragedy, simply reading about it is enough to gain a visceral understanding of all the pain and desperation during that time.
I believe that was mentioned before somewhere. I don't know where, and I don't recall where, but I'm pretty sure they talked about this before.
On top of the drought, a noxious gas also began to spread through the land. If not for Cloudretainer's efforts, much of Liyue would be nothing more than a barren wasteland today.
Well, we already had the thought, because she saved Jenna, that she was a hero, but now that makes her even more seem also like a hero of Liyue.
The books had this to say about what happened. Upon arrival, the Adeptus borrowed the wind to retain the clouds. Immediately, the clouds gathered together, and abundant rain burst forth from the heavens. Drought and plague were both driven away, and the people were saved.
Wow. That's incredible!
Is that why she is called Cloud Retainer? Would make sense.
Mortal records add embellishments to dramatize past events. One did merely what one ought, and even if one had not interceded, the other Adepti would surely have stepped in to help.
Sure, but the one who helped was you, and you did these actions, you helped the people, so it still makes you a good person and a hero and a savior, so...
Even so, you stopped an entire drought!
Exactly.
Can you really control the weather like the book said?
I mean, didn't Shanna say something similar? Well, Shanna is human, but still, it wouldn't surprise me.
Oh, Paimon suddenly has a lot more respect for you. So it was Paimon's bad for calling you Illuminated Bird before. You're not too mad, are you?
Watch. Cloud Retainer is actually going onto the list of the people where Paimon never messes with, or should never mess with.
How laughable. A name is but a simple label we carry with us on our journey through the world. Why would one be offended by such a trivial matter?
She's too proud of herself to be affected by such a little thing, Paimon. I mean that in the best way possible, because I love her for her confidence.
That's a relief. In that case, Paimon will continue to call you whatever feels right in the moment.
Best be careful. Not that, not that she wishes the clouds up on you or something.
Well, that is quite enough ancient history for now. Ganyu, have you had word from Shenhe?
Yeah.
One has heard that she procured a job recently. Have you any thoughts on her workplace? And what, pray tell, of her monthly remuneration?
She cares so much.
Moreover, does she find herself overly inundated with work? Is she allowed time off during Lantern Rite?
That is a lot of questions.
That's Mama Cloud Retainer for you. She cares so much about her children.
There is no cause for concern, Cloud Retainer. I introduced Shenhe to her employer personally. Wanmin Restaurant's business has been booming recently. So, with Chef Mao being swamped with customers, and Xiangling still off and out in search of new recipes, I introduced Shenhe to staff the restaurant.
I see. Most excellent indeed. One has had the pleasure of being introduced to that family. Xiangling is kind and
Yes.
astute, while her father is loyal and reliable. One has no cause to believe that they will make Shenhe's work difficult.
That's such a thing a mom would say. Like, for sure.
Now, it is almost time to partake in the victuals of noon. One shall visit Wanmin Restaurant in person and see how Shenhe is doing.
Huh? But didn't you just say that you had something important to do?
Yeah, important. After we meet Shanna, because we need to take a break. By seeing Shanna.
Can that wait until after we've eaten?
Paimon just hears food and already we need to go.
You may return to your work, Ganyu. One shall see to this matter on one's own. There will be many an occasion to dine together in the future. One is certain the opportunity shall present itself most readily.
Of course, Cloud Retainer. Please take care. Traveler, Paimon, I'll see you some other time.
Take care too. Hopefully we're going to see each other soon again. It was a long time since I've seen you. Bye, Ganyu.
See you around, Ganyu! Whew. Paimon was pretty quick on the uptake there, don't you think? As soon as you mentioned important business to attend to, Paimon realized that you were just looking to cut the conversation short and not take too much of Ganyu's time. Is Paimon right?
No, in fact, it was not an excuse. One is indeed visiting Liyue Harbor for an important purpose.
Wait, for real?
The moment is not yet upon us. Still, the truth will be revealed to you in time.
I wonder...
She really seems to be playing up the whole mysterious Adeptus thing right now. Is it because we just heard that cool story about her powers?
Look who's here! Madame Ping! Can we talk to you? Never mind, we just can't talk to her ordinarily. Okay, never mind. Let's go to where Shenhe is. Maybe we're going to see Xiangling too. That would be cool. Like having a whole meetup at Wanmin Restaurant. Shenhe, there you
know what
are.
I'm saying, right?
Why do I have the feeling like it's going to be something bad and it's going to annoy me?
Yeah, how can I not? Not even fine food is enough to distract from the presence of a fine lady, eh?
Brother, you gotta, like, you know, keep low profile a bit, okay? Calm down.
Oh, I'm far more interested in getting her details than ordering any dishes. Hey, how about you ask her?
She's going to... Be careful if you're pestering her. It could be that she gets really aggressive, so... And be careful about what
You
she's...
do it.
Oh my god.
No. I think you should. Wait, she's coming.
I can't.
What can I get for you today?
I'm scared. Oh no.
Greetings, miss. I was just wondering if you'd be willing to...
She's not, and she's not
What
interested.
would you like to order?
Yeah, bro, just...
2 servings of Mora meat to go. Good chat. Bye.
Bye! Oh, I'm glad you didn't annoy her. I got so scared. Oh my god, that's hilarious. That's so hilarious.
Welcome. It's been a while. May I take your order?
Don't welcome us as guests and greet us as old friends in the same line. It's weird.
It's been a while, Shanna. I see you're still the old same. That's great.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and this is?
This is Miss Xianyun.
Exactly.
Master?
Oh, never mind. She recognizes her.
One does not recall ever revealing this form to you before. How were you able to ascertain one's true identity with such ease?
Well, I'm not surprised considering that's Shanna, but wow.
I've trained and lived with Master for more than 10 years.
Guess
I would recognize you no matter what form you take.
guess that makes sense.
You...
Oh, don't be sad.
Is something the matter, Master?
Hardly. Hardly. One simply learned of your employment from your letter and came to check on your well-being.
And check out the great food, too.
Indeed. It's
Typical.
almost lunchtime. My apologies. I'm still on the clock and can't talk for very long.
No problem. We can order.
Well, if it isn't the traveler in Paimon. Are you here for Shenhe?
Hi,
The
hi.
lunch rush isn't in yet, Shenhe. So I've got things covered for now. Go ahead, sit down and enjoy some time with your friends. I'll let you know if things pick up.
See, that's so sweet of him.
Thank you, Chef Mao.
That's great.
It is just as one expected. The owner of Wanmin Restaurant is indeed a most reasonable and accommodating human.
Yeah, he's very kind, as expected.
Still, the work here entails dealing with quite a varied group of people. Has this been difficult for you, Shenhe?
It's been manageable so far. I sometimes run into strange people, but I have figured out a way to deal with them.
I hope that doesn't include violence.
Seems like you've been making progress. So by dealing with them, you mean...
You know, I have a bad idea.
First, I try to talk sense into them. If that doesn't work, I threaten them with violence. At this point, they usually decide they are in favor of a civil conversation.
Yeah, at least you didn't really resort to violence, right? So,
Oh, how should Paimon put this?
sounds reasonable enough. Well, at least you didn't use
A
violence.
sensible plan. One is gladdened to see you integrate so well into human society.
I mean, she's doing her best. It's better than
And you,
before.
Master, how have you been?
I'm glad that she's being so comfortable around people now, and she seems to really like this and have fun, so I'm glad to see her this happy.
Simply marvelous. Though Mount Outsong has scarcely enjoyed your presence recently, one has hardly found the pleasure of one's own company to be lacking.
Is this your honest thought, or...
I see. Just as expected of Master.
Let me guess, she misses them, but she says this because she wants her children to enjoy the time that they have, and yeah, she doesn't want to worry them. I knew it. What she means to say is she actually misses the two of you a lot.
I have missed Master quite a bit too. Even though work has been busy lately, I've already had a conversation with Chef Mao about taking some time off soon to visit Master.
See, she still thinks of you.
Oh, you did?
That's so sweet, I'm gonna cry.
Do make note of such matters in your letters in the future. There's hardly a need to keep one in suspense.
Now she's upset. Oh no, because she was so worried that she's not going to see her from a long time, and that's why she had to come check out for things for herself. Oh no.
Her mood shot up just like that.
Well, actually, she's just very happy, but, you know...
By the way, Master, since you are in Liyue Harbor, have you had the chance to visit Ganyu?
Yeah, we did.
Indeed. She is similarly preoccupied with her work. There was time only to exchange a few simple pleasantries.
Ganyu told us the story of cloudretainer's name. It was amazing. We never knew how powerful she was before.
That's true.
I see. In that case, allow me to also share a story about Master's past.
Yes, let's go.
Oh?
Is that a problem, Master? I believe this to be a good topic of conversation.
I mean, it should be fair. You always share conversations about little Ganyu, so why not?
No, not a problem. One was simply caught off guard. But no matter. Please, proceed. One is most curious to see how much of one's own conversational prowess you possess.
Master once participated in a race against Mooncarver. After Mooncarver lost, he insisted that Master's ability to fly gave her a natural edge in such a contest.
Of course he would.
In response, Master agreed to forego flying in return for being able to use one of her devices in the race. Mooncarver accepted, only to find Master with a brand new device on the day of the contest.
That was to be expected, you know?
What kind of device was it?
It was a mechanical vehicle made out of iron. What was it called again? Oh, an electro-powered bicycle?
Oh, you refer to the bicyclical Thunder Flashmobile.
That's the
One
title.
Spent 49 days conceptualizing and crafting it. It need only be infused with adeptal energy, and it can cover thousands of miles in one day.
Wow. Well, to be expected of her, of course, you know?
Oh, it boggles the mind why Mooncarver ever supposed he might best me in a contest of locomotion. Though he sprinted with all his might, he could barely keep up.
Well, he was trying, okay?
Alas, the one flaw of my mechanism lay in its weakness against mountainous terrain. One was thwarted mere seconds from victory, when it was thrown off course and failed to make it across the final stretch.
Oh no.
Truly a most unfortunate turn of events. Anyway, do go on, Shenhe.
Oh no. You worked so hard for it, but I'm pretty sure she could make it again if she really wanted to.
Master, that was the end of that story.
Oh.
Is that so? Huh. With you gone, one has seldom felt the desire to call upon those old fossils for another contest. What is a race without spectators, after all?
We could organize one.
Have you been lonely, Master?
She is. She's just not saying it.
Lonely? Huh. At one's age, entire human generations come and go in the blink of an eye. Even one's own self-directed musings can span several days and nights. 'Tis a most foreign sentiment. The mere mention of it is preposterous.
What she's saying is that she misses you.
What is the reason for that look upon your face?
Nothing. It's all just as you said.
It's nothing. It's just... Well, Paimon gained a lot of respect for you after listening to that story of you summoning the rain and everything. But all it took was a few words out of your mouth and it's like you're back to being that illuminated bird again.
I mean, it's still her, so what did you expect?
I was just a little bit confused. Which one of the two is the real Cloud Retainer?
Maybe both. Like,
To me, they are both, Master. One is the Master that's widely revered by the people, while the other is the Master that I respect and adore.
exactly.
One finds oneself exalted yet again with sweet words of praise and flattery of a most extravagant nature. You chose to exalt one with your words, yet you refuse to grace Mount Outsong with your presence for any extended period of time. One would almost question the sincerity of your estimations.
She is sincere. It's just that she, you know, she's gotta live her life too, you know? Like, you know? Let her be happy for just a bit. She's going to come back. She already said she took time off to visit you.
This is not to say that your words paint an inaccurate picture.
Well, never mind.
One has always lived by a single ideal. Eschew all action and abide by no rule. One does as one pleases and speaks as one pleases. Others may critique or praise as they see fit. Yet one places little weight in such judgments.
That's what I admire about cloudretainer so much. See, I really like her living style or her way of thinking, her ideal. I really like it.
She got like, what, 2 sentences of flattery from her disciple? And it's as if her ego is about to burst.
You know, you see, it's not just 2 sentences, it's just 1 word. And that's what happens.
Do you have any empty tables?
Hey there, could we get another fish stew?
Oh, things seems to pick up now.
I'm hearing more guests come in. I should get back to work.
Alright, good luck with the lunchtime rush, Shenhe.
See you, Shanna.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for talking.
I'll try my best.
As more guests began to trickle in, Paimon takes the opportunity to order a whole array of delicious dishes.
So much yummy food! Paimon's gonna feast!
Oh no. The table is gonna be empty before anyone can eat. Is this food to your taste, cloudretainer?
One is fond of all kinds of delicacies and delights in a multitude of flavors. The dishes here demonstrate no shortage of culinary skill. Their unique flavor profile has left one more than satisfied. In fact, one has been struck by quite the fit of inspiration. One has already begun to conceptualize the next generation of supreme cuisine machines.
That's good. Inspiration is always good. That means you will go home and work and start right away at work. That's me with my stories when I start writing. It's the same.
Everything's so tasty. A bit too hot at times, but still super tasty.
That's the problem with good food, but that's why it's so tasty.
I'm sorry, miss, but our tables are full.
Shall we try somewhere else, Granny? But it smells so delightful. Can we really not eat here? My poor legs can't go on for much longer.
Well, you could always check with some of the other guests and see if anyone's happy to share a table.
Okay, I'll ask around.
We can share a table. There are 2 seats left, no?
Excuse me. Would you mind letting us share a table with you? There are no empty tables left, so...
Ah, well, Paimon doesn't mind. What about you guys?
I don't mind. As long as you don't mind our chatter.
Great! Thanks so much. My name is Xianyun, and this is my granny, Yuendai.
Nice to meet you.
Granny?
Granny, grandma. Do you not get it?
Is there something wrong with that?
No, Paimon's just a bit surprised. She looks so young.
That's a compliment, by the way.
Yeah, a lot of people compliment Granny on her youthful looks, but she's actually much older than she appears.
Do they know each other? What's going on? I'm worried.
Granny, why don't you take a seat? Come on, it's not polite to stare.
Huh. Have we met before?
That's what I'm asking.
No.
You're acting off. What's wrong?
Just a fated meeting, then. Please, take a seat.
Something is off. What is it?
What would you like to eat, Granny? I can order for you.
I want braised earthworms. They always pop up out of the ground after a rainstorm.
No, not this again. Granny, there's no braised earthworms on the menu.
Be a bit patient.
Braised earthworms? Well, that sounds weird. Do people actually eat that?
How about we not ask? I'm not sure how much we should, That's maybe private. We shouldn't ask about it. Can't hurt to ask.
Right, that's what Paimon was thinking too.
We shouldn't, well, whatever.
Need any help?
Help? Oh, do you mean with Granny? Thanks, that's nice of you to offer. Granny has pretty bad dementia, so her memory's getting worse all the time.
Oh no,
She's
that's
always
sad.
saying things that sound kind of confusing.
Oh, that's so sad. Of course it's sad. What did I expect?
Actually, her memory's been bad ever since I was little. But it's gotten so bad lately
but I even have to remind her who I am every morning.
Oh, you are a strong child. That sounds sad. What about your parents?
They died young. It's just me and Granny now. Oh, but it's okay. Don't feel bad. Granny loves me a lot, and I love her a lot too. Sure, it's hard at times, but you just gotta make the best of the life you've got.
Look how strong she is. Sure, you're extremely strong. I'm very proud of you. And I'm sure your grandma is too.
Wow, you're really tough for your age, kid.
I mean, I guess she had no other choice, kind of.
You're too kind.
But she deserves it.
And me? Oh, what about me?
Well, Granny, you're amazing too. You look so pretty, and you're very kind, so you're amazing too.
You're tough too, Granny.
Yes.
Plus, you're really gentle, and you're always there for me.
You're an amazing Granny.
Yes, and it's hardly as if I forget everything. I still remember the important things. Wait, what was that really important thing again?
It's okay, Granny. You remember things. That's great.
Ah, I remember now. It was a dream. I had a dream where everything was dark. Someone was standing in front of me. She told me to come and find her, and that once I'd found her, I would be free.
That sounds more concerning than a good dream, you know? I don't know. Are you sure it wasn't a demon or something, you know? Like, maybe, I don't know. What?
Huh? That sounds super important. But how come you've never told me about it before?
Well, and it sounds important.
It was just a dream, so I forgot about it. But I'm in a good mood now, and somehow I remembered it again.
Well, then we need to remember it for you, so in case you forget it again, we know about it.
You know, I believe I've had this dream a great many times. But just how many times have I had it? Now that I do not remember.
Well, that person must really want to meet you then, I guess.
Wait, so you have a reoccurring dream where someone's talking to you? That sounds spooky. Does that mean you're possessed?
I don't think that's what she meant, Paimon.
Unlikely. Her eyes are clear and her breathing remains calm and level. One sees no signs of possession.
It's not that, because that person must want something for you, though. Like, maybe you knew each other or something? I don't know.
Are you sure?
I mean, we were possessed back in Inazuma, and we had completely different signs.
Who do you take me for? Is one not an adept? Am I not an expert?
You're right. Paimon almost forgot you're the expert. In that case,
that was close.
Do you remember what the person in your dreams looked like, Granny?
Not anymore. Although, I have a sense that she looked rather like me. But not as I am now. My younger self.
Maybe, did you had a twin sister, maybe? Or maybe, I don't know, your mother, maybe?
A younger version of Granny?
Or you maybe just talk to yourself, which makes things more confusing.
This is just getting weirder and weirder. What is going on here?
It's certainly confusing.
As one said, fate must have brought us together. You may leave the situation to me.
She's so kind.
Are you sure? So, what are your names?
Paimon's Paimon.
Yes.
Just Xianyun is fine.
I'm the traveler.
Thank you all so much for offering to help. But first, I'm sorry for asking, but, how do you want us to pay you back?
You don't have to. Just, I don't know. You don't have to, really. Like, I don't know.
Oh, we don't need any payment for this.
Exactly. We don't really do anything special, so... We're just curious about your situation and want to help if we can.
Thank you so much.
I mean, that's what we do, you know? So, no problem.
But Miss Xianyun, what exactly can we do to help out this Granny?
That's the question we need to figure out.
All we have to go off is that dream. Where do we start?
That is elementary. Since her dreams portray her younger self, then we shall retrace the steps of her youth. Once we have revisited those places, her memories will likely return.
That makes sense. If we're in an environment that maybe the person will she will remember the person or what she was wanted to say to herself. Maybe there's a diary or something.
Sounds like a plan. So, Granny, do you remember which places you went to when you were young?
I'm not sure. But the hairbrush on her hair, we could find some, I don't know, places maybe? I don't know.
Why,
It was
of course I do.
some random idea.
The heavens above, the earth below, the wispy clouds, and the emerald mountain streams.
Genuine? I don't know. I just assume things.
Okay, taking that as a no.
Cloudretainer maybe knows.
I might have an idea.
Or Xianyun knows.
Once, when I was really little, my dad told me that Granny used to be a martial artist heroine who saved loads of people from a disaster. If it's true, then maybe they wrote about it in the history books or something.
A martial arts heroine? Oh, Shincho knows tons about Liyue's chivalric traditions. If anyone knows about the heroes of the past, it's him. Let's go find him at the Feiyun Commerce Guild.
Are you leaving already? But I'm still hungry.
Oh,
I'll go order some food, Granny.
there you go.
If there's nothing on the menu you especially want, I'll just get a few different things.
It seems we must part ways for now. The Traveler and Paimon are bound for the Feiyun Commerce Guild, while Yuendai and Shuyu shall remain here and partake of their lunch. As for myself, I have matters to discuss with Streetward Rambler.
Say greetings for me if you meet her.
Streetward Rambler? Oh, you mean Madam Ping?
Yes.
Precisely. Let us meet at Yujing Terrace once you are ready.
Sure, no problem.
Where are you going, Granny? Don't you like the food?
Fresh milk. I need to buy you some fresh milk.
Calm down, Granny. We can get it together. No need to run around.
Milk? Why?
You need to drink milk before eating, or the spicy food will make you cry. Hush, little one. Don't cry.
That's so sweet.
Granny, you're forgetting things again. I'm not a little baby anymore. I can eat spicy food now. Even the super spicy dishes, like their fish stew. I can eat 2 whole bowls, no problem.
You know, that's what you say now, and later your tongue is burning. I know that story.
Wonderful.
Or maybe it's just
How
me.
Wonderful. My darling granddaughter is all grown up.
That's so adorable. I can't. Okay. Finally, we meet again.
It's you two. What brings you here?
Just some questions, like every time we meet each other.
Shincho! Great, we found you. We wanted to ask you about something.
Like every time when we meet. I'm sorry, I stop. You explained the situation to Chincho.
That's not a whole lot of information to go off of. I don't know if I can say for sure.
Well, do you have guesses? That's fine, anything is helpful and appreciated.
I can't pinpoint her identity from your description alone. But considering her age, I am reminded of a nameless heroine who's been featured in various chivalric novels.
Nameless heroine?
That's right. The novels often speak of a great drought from 50 years ago. As the people suffered, a nameless heroine appeared and began to clear away evil spirits and bandit camps. The people idolized her, but never learned her name.
That would make sense why she doesn't remember the name, or, well, not her name, but you know what I mean. That makes sense.
All they knew was that she always acted alone. Later, though, she supposedly fell in love with a similarly noble-minded exorcist from Mount Tianheng. They were well matched in more ways than one, often fighting together as a fearsome duo of otherworldly strength.
I'm not saying anything until I know it's confirmed, but Exorcist, like Shanna and Xianyun?
After the drought ended, the heroine and the exorcist left the public eye and began living a reclusive life in the mountains. All that remained were tales of her incredible accomplishments.
Well, never mind, then it wasn't
The
what
way
I was
this
thinking.
nameless heroine faded from fame into obscurity later in life is not too dissimilar from Miss Yuendai. I hope that's somewhat helpful.
We will keep that in mind. Thank you.
Xingqiu. We knew it'd be worth talking to you.
It's nothing at all. Just something I came across while reading. I did do a bit of extra research on her story, but it was just out of personal curiosity.
How come so?
Well, Paimon still thinks that's super cool. Oh, wait, Xingqiu, if you've read up on her, do you know of any places often associated with her?
That's a good question.
Let me think. In the novels, the nameless heroine always appeared near one of 3 places. Wangshu Inn, the area just north of Jueyun Karst, and Qingyun Peak.
Makes sense.
Perhaps the real-life heroine who inspired the character was also often seen near those 3 places. That would explain why those locations appear in the various novels written about her.
Not just that, but many adepti have connections to both of the cases, so it makes sense. Of the places, I mean. Dear. Thanks so much.
You're welcome. To be honest, I found some parts of the story confusing when I first came across it. If Miss Yuendai was indeed the original inspiration for the character, she may just be able to help me put the pieces together.
Confused in what way?
It's rare for a chivalric hero to fade into obscurity during their lifetime, even after retiring from the public eye. But no one ever saw or heard from the nameless heroine again. There were even rumors that she became extremely ill. I've never understood why someone would go to such lengths to erase themselves from public memory. It's almost as if she was trying to hide from something. There's probably far more to the story than what's been written.
You know, shortly it sounded like Shanna's mom, but I'm pretty sure that couldn't be possible, right? So it has to be someone else. But I don't know, I was just reminded of that incident with Shanna and what we learned about her story, but that couldn't be it, so it must be someone else. But the situation seemed kind of similar, if the rumors are true, that is.
We'll be sure to tell you if we manage to uncover the truth.
Or maybe the person that we think is the heroine wasn't actually the person. Well, that makes things even more confused. Never mind.
That's a deal. Perhaps, behind the truth of it all, there lies a story more fantastical than any work of fiction.
Could be.
Paimon feels like we just learned so much from Xingqiu. A drought, a nameless heroine, a life of seclusion. Wait, why does the story sound super familiar?
So I'm not the only one who thought it sounded familiar.
Oh, right! There's a drought in this story, too! Xingqiu, are droughts super common in Liyue or something?
Well, they used to be. But people have long since developed methods to prevent them, like by cultivating the soil or digging canals. So while droughts do happen from time to time, they are rarely regarded as true disasters. The drought 50 years ago is probably one of the worst we've had in the last several centuries. The crops withered, the streams ran dry, and the monsters in the mountains became rabid and agitated.
Sounds awful.
Countless caravans were attacked, and people who lost their homes came together to form bandit groups. What started as a natural disaster soon became a human tragedy as well.
That sounds awful.
It does.
Yeah, and that's exactly why the nameless heroine was so beloved. She must have been someone of true integrity, to do so much for the people while asking nothing in return.
Maybe she had a reason to do these things.
Still, as terrible as that drought was, it was nothing compared to the truly calamitous disasters that befell this land in ancient times.
That's understandable.
They say that back in those days, disasters were both more severe and more common. Only the strongest of Adepti could hope to dispel the ruin and devastation. Do you have any other questions?
We're good for now. We're just going to head back and meet up with Miss Xianyun and the others again.
Yeah, thanks for the help.
Paimon hopes that Granny Yuendai will be able to remember more of her past. She used to be a great hero who saved many people. So sad that she can't recall any of it.
Maybe there is a reason why she can't recall any of
Anyway,
it.
we'll be off now. See you some other time, Xingqiu. Thank you so much for your help.
Yeah, thank you. See you.
It's no problem at all. Safe travels.
Thank you.
Time erases everything. Even the greatest of heroes will have their legacy reduced to the small fraction of their deeds that were committed to paper. But I think the magic of chivalric novels lies in the way you can catch glimpses of a noble soul from a few mere paragraphs.
He's such a poet. Can we just talk about that? Well said. I couldn't have said it any better. Well then, let's go and see the others, shall we?
It's pouring out here. Oh, wait, the water levels aren't rising, are they?
No, Farina, don't worry. The waters are fine. I hope so, at least. If not, that, well. We will see it once we get back to Fontaine, how the water levels are. Look at this. The lantern from up here are so pretty. Look at this view.
Yeah.
I have recorded the tune that you requested. I hope it will be of help to you.
Oh, thank you. Straight word, Ping. What has amused you so?
Maybe seeing you in this form.
Oh, it's no serious matter. I was just reminiscing about the last time I saw you in this form. Time has wrought such change in this world, and yet you appear just the same as ever.
Time has little bearing on one's existence, nor has one keenly felt its effects whilst dwelling at Mount Outsong. Nevertheless, Ping, one would like to seek your counsel on a personal matter.
Oh, why so formal all of a sudden? I must say, you're making me a little nervous. What is it?
It's so sweet that all the time when cloudretainer wants something from Madame Ping, she becomes always this, I have to be polite. I have to be very, very, very formal about this. And it's so sweet. It's the sweetest thing ever. That's that's so adorable.
Well, the inquiry is as such. Approximately how much more would one need to afford a comfortable life in the harbor, not unlike the one that you yourself lead?
She wants to... That's so adorable. Does she actually wants to move to Liu Harbor because she can see Ganyu and Shenhe more?
It does not require as much as you may think. Still, do you mean that...
We're gonna interrupt, isn't it? I knew it.
Madam Ping! What are you two talking about?
She's gonna say nothing. We didn't talk about anything because I don't want you to know about that.
Nothing save for some trivial matters. Have you unearthed any useful details?
See, I knew it.
Xingqiu has a theory, but let's save it for when Chuyu and Miss Yuendai have joined up with us again.
Xunya and Hyundai soon arrive at the scene. Paimon relays Xingqiu's fury.
Do not be troubled, young lady. Here, have some tea.
Madame Ping is such a sweet person. I swear, if she doesn't become playable, I'm going to be upset. I wanted to be her playable for so long. Like, please! I've been waiting for it.
Thank you so much.
What do you think, Chuyu? Does it match up with what you know of your granny?
According to the story, the nameless heroine eventually fell in love with an exorcist from Mount Tianheng. Maybe that's my grandpa.
Careful, your granny is walking off somewhere.
I don't have many memories of him, but there is this one time I found a box in our attic full of a bunch of weird sigils.
Sigils? Looks... It sounds like adepti or something like that, or exorcists, maybe? Xianyun maybe knows more about this. Seems like the story we're on the right track. Seems like the stories we're on the right track. We should probably pay a visit to the 3 places mentioned in the books, yes.
I think so too. Granny might remember something once she's returned to a familiar place.
I think she looks at the flowers.
What marvelous tea. I
Oh,
can
never mind.
taste the dew's sweetness in this cup. It's as if I was taking a stroll in the mountains, thoroughly one with nature and at peace.
Is that so? Then please drink as much as you like. There's no need to hurry. At our age, it's always nice to slow down and take the time to appreciate pleasant conversation among friends.
That's so adorable. It's so, this is so sweet to me because this conversation reminds me on my grandma when she talks about her friends and how they talk with each other, and it's just the most adorable thing in the whole world, and my heart is so full,
Thank you.
Let's rest for a little bit then.
Okay, since we have the time, can I ask you something?
Sure, go ahead.
Sure thing. What would you like to know?
I have a secret I want to tell you. Let's go talk over there.
Sure, no problem. I hope it's nothing bad.
What's wrong, Xianyun?
Well, I've been kind of meaning to ask ever since we started talking in the restaurant. But are you guys all adepti in disguise?
How did you figure it out?
How about that?
Well, not me. Why do you say that?
Well, you guys just seem super special. Plus, I think I might have heard Miss Xianyun call herself an adeptus.
Must have been a slip of the tongue. Xianyun, since you were the one who, misspoke, maybe you can explain to Xiyu here what you really meant by that.
Yeah, what do you mean by that?
One is indeed an adeptus. Is that of some concern to you?
Well, never mind. The truth is out.
I knew it.
She's very smart indeed. You don't sound surprised at all.
Well, one time when I was a little kid, I saw a pure white illuminated crane. I had this super high fever, and Granny wasn't around. I was feeling all icky and gross. But then this snowy white crane flew down from the sky. She put me on her back and flew me to her cool Adeptus house and fed me some sort of magic potion. When I woke up, I was already back in my bed and my fever was gone.
Ah, so she actually took care of her. That's so adorable.
I really wanted to thank her, but I was too sleepy to stay awake, so I never got the chance.
Well, she's right in front of you, so you can say thank you now.
So, I just kind of wanted to ask if maybe any of you have ever met an Adeptus like that?
Yeah, she's standing right in front of you.
A pure white
That's her.
illuminated crane? The only two we've ever met are blue and white and black and brown.
Maybe it's not her then.
Have you ever met one that's pure white, cloudretainer?
Never has one met an adeptus with such features.
Oh, I got them confused. Never
One
mind, sorry.
surmises Such a description is but a hyperbolic embellishment that oft results from narrative accounts.
Well, either her fever was so high that she did see things wrong and she actually meets someone else, or it was actually that person that the granny sees in her dreams who wants to meet her. Because I got them confused. I thought she meant cloudretainer, but it's not her. So, who is it then? Maybe she saw things wrong. Or it was the person in the granny's dreams.
That's weird. Was it really just a dream then?
Or it was a dream. Which is also weird, because your granny also had a dream. Are you sure you're not possessed or someone cursed your family or something like that?
Well, even if it was just in my head, it doesn't matter that much anyway. All I really want is to help Granny recover her memories. I'm really grateful for all your help.
No problem.
Leave it to us. Now that we know the 3 locations, we just need to visit them one by one. Let's go to Wangshu Inn first.
Well, but will it really be okay for Granny to come with us? Like, maybe she should stay here with Madame Ping, because won't that be, like, exhausting for her? She said she can't really walk very much, so I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking too much into things. Sorry.
Okay, I'll go get Granny.
Well, but actually, it would be important for her to visit these places, in case she remembers something.
Wangshu Inn. Wangshu Inn.
Do you remember this place, Granny?
Yes, Cam. Anything back? Any memory? Or
Yes. The fish here is very delicious. And if you look out into the distance, you can always spot a bird that's been left behind by its flock.
That's sad. It's always birds. This lady really seems to like birds. I guess.
I believe I used to have a room here. It had a window. Yes, I spent a lot of time looking out that window. Which room was it again? Let me look.
Yes, let's take a look.
Come with.
Sure. Look around. Hopefully you find some more memory.
Paimon's still having some trouble understanding what she's talking about, but if she's so familiar with this place, that must mean she lived here, right? Wait, huh?
What? What is it? What? Whoa! That's what he does. We should be used to that by now. I got scared for a second. Oh, Lord. I didn't realize that. And as she said his name, I was like, oh, okay. I was taken aback. Wow. Not me saying earlier, I wonder if we see Xiao. Wow. Okay. Wow. I love how cloudretainer is not even... She's probably so used to it by now that she's not even faced by it anymore.
I sensed a non-human presence and decided to come take a look.
Well, it's nice to see you too.
If you're here, then there's likely no trouble afoot. I suppose there's no cause for concern.
Don't worry, we're not here to cause trouble.
It's been a while, cloudretainer. I see you have returned to your previous form.
You met her in this form before? Well, I'm not surprised.
I have indeed. I fought alongside her in this form on many occasions during the Archon War.
I guessed so.
Oh, wow! What was she like during the war?
Are we sure we want to know this?
Oh, wait, let Paimon take a guess. Was it anything like this?
Behold, the glory of one's newest invention, the Bang Bang Continuous
No.
Fire Mechanism. Hands up and surrender, or be prepared to face the full might of the Adepti.
What kind of impression is this?
An impressive imitation.
Don't tell me it was really like this.
Paimon knows her all too well.
Even so, Cloudretainer was not always as ostentatious as you describe. You may be unaware, but her talent with Adepti sigils is just as formidable as her skill in mechanics. The Archon War reached its peak after Guizhong's death.
Oh.
The Cloudretainer who fought beside me in those devastating battles was taciturn and solemn, only speaking when she had to activate her sigils.
I'm sorry, but if you... Yeah, you don't know. I'm such a huge fan of Guizhong, it's not even normal anymore. Like, I love her. And every time her name gets mentioned, it's like, my heart hurts, you know? It's like, oh, yeah, never mind. Moving on. I mean, I'm not surprised that Cloudretainer is powerful. It was implied.
A cloud retainer who barely talks? Paimon can't picture it. But what happened after that? If you were so powerful in your human form, why did you decide to take up your bird form again?
Maybe she had just too many memories with Guizhong and decided she couldn't do it anymore. But that's... Maybe I'm overlooking things. Never mind. That's just not... I'm sorry for assuming things.
Once one had bid farewell to the world of mortals, what use would one still have for such a shape?
So maybe I was half right. I'm not sure. Or maybe it was just some, you know... I don't know. Maybe everything that was mortal reminded her of Guizhong. And that's why she decided to just, you know... We know that Madame Ping changed her form too, even though she didn't have to, so maybe it's just a form of saying, like, you know, it's the same as Xiao took like his distance from mortals because of what happened, you know?
When dwelling between mountain and forest, away from the struggles and troubles of the mortal world, a mortal form is hardly the most fitting of choices.
She is right.
After the war, Cloudretainer retired to Mount Outsong, only revealing herself to the occasional visitor, and always in her avian form.
I had a feeling, but well...
Although I do believe there was an occasion some 30-odd years ago, when she decided to don her human form. I believe it was for the purpose of...
One believes there is little need to relive bygone matters.
No, this is important. What was it? Speak Finnish.
Are you okay?
Wait, what's going on? Hey.
Back then, at this place,
Oh, it's not a good memory, is it?
Perhaps
oh no.
This conversation should end here.
No, I wanted to
I
know.
shall take my leave now.
Xiao, meet me later. We need to talk about this. I need to know. I'm curious. Okay, never mind. Bye.
Should you encounter any trouble, you need only call my name. However, given that you are traveling with Cloudretainer, I trust you are in good hands.
Thank you anyway. And there he goes, like
Everyone,
always.
I think Granny is finally beginning to remember her past.
That's good, but the question is this a good or a bad memory?
Slowly now, calm your mind and recount what has been recalled.
A long time ago, I stayed here to recuperate from my illness.
Oh, so the rumors were true. She was ill.
Huh. So what Shinjo said was true. You did fall ill. Was that why you went into hiding?
I don't remember. I'm very sorry, but I can't even remember the name of my illness. The only thing I can remember is that it took a great toll on me, and there was no cure for it.
Well, the question is, how is it? She said she can't remember the name of her illness. I mean, never mind. At the beginning, I was thinking that everything that she forgets could be the illness that she's referring to, but that doesn't make any sense because she said it was in the past, so she healed from her illness. So never mind. Moving on.
I was confined to my room in Wangshu Inn, where I spent many days unconscious. I'd come to every once in a while and stare at the migrating birds outside the window. It was a solemn sight. I remember crying, but I'm not even sure I knew why.
Oh, well, that's a not good memory to remember.
One day, I met a traveling merchant. Upon hearing of my illness, he sold me a bottle of soul-revitalizing tea pills.
Why does he look like Scaramouche? Never mind.
He told me
it's just
the
a hat.
pills were concocted using Adepti blood and could be used to alleviate my symptoms. Sure enough, I made a full recovery. My illness remained dormant for several decades after that.
Well, that's weird. So the dementia you're suffering from now is actually...
Wait, but if your illness remained dormant for several decades, are you saying that what you're going through now is just a relapse of what happened all those years ago?
So I was partially right with what I said earlier.
And it was all thanks to the pills that you managed to keep the symptoms in check? Paimon's brain kinda hurts. Do you remember anything else?
But the question is, what kind of pills were they and where did they come from? Like, did you trust a stranger to just take this meds? Or could it even be that this illness is what you now have comes from the pills that you took back then?
I'm sorry, I don't. Oh, if only I wasn't so useless.
No, that's not true. Calm down. It's not like that. We will get there. We will get there. Not today. It's fine.
Hey, you're not useless.
Exactly.
You've done so much for me. Watched me grow up. Raised me. How could you say that about yourself?
Oh, fret not, dear child. Granny was just a bit frustrated. That's all.
The recovery of a person's memories is a gradual process. Finding pieces of one's past is always superior to not finding anything at all. Let us make haste to the next location.
Yeah, at least you remembered something. That's great.
Next location. Next location. Oh, why don't we go to the area north of Dwayunkars next? There isn't really a landmark there, so where should we start? Oh, Paimon's got it. Let's check out the houses in the area first. After all, if she was there for any length of time, then she would have stayed somewhere, right? Oh, Paimon's really got her thinking cap on today. At this rate, we'll recover all of Granny Wendai's memories in no time.
Oh, okay, never mind, we're there. Okay. What about this place? Any memories?
I don't remember this place at all. I don't think I've ever been here before. Still, I was thinking, this place feels perfect for a game of hide and seek.
That's so adorable.
Huh? Why a game of hide and seek?
I'm not sure. Maybe it's because I used to play that game a lot with Shuyu when she was younger.
I don't remember playing it that much. Are you sure about that, Granny? We only played a few times, and we stopped once we realized I was no good at the whole seeking part.
Maybe she played it when she was young with someone else.
Ah, is that so? Then I must be mistaken.
Maybe it was you when you were a child with someone else.
Not here then. Let's try somewhere else.
Okay, where do we go next? Well, great, then. I really think she maybe was a traveler, the way she just, you know?
Paimon sees an abandoned house. Why don't we take a break over there?
This place, it's...
Oh, does something come back? So she does remember it, maybe.
Did you remember something, Granny?
I remember. Shuyu, this is where your father was born. It was a moonless night. I had been injured, so your grandpa was supporting me. We fled together with some being in the fog behind us in hot pursuit.
Well, that just sounds like some weird stuff, okay?
I had exhausted my strength when the labor pains came on, so we took refuge in this house. Your grandpa set up a barrier outside, but neither of us knew if it could hold the monsters back. I remember that night. I remember falling to my knees, reciting a prayer over and over. I alone am the source of this sin. Punish me as you wish for forsaking my oath, but spare my innocent child.
Why does this all kind of, I don't know, remind me of Shenno's story? I don't know, maybe it's just me reading into it, but it seems so familiar somehow.
Sin? Oath? Did you do something wrong?
I don't know. I don't remember. I only remember praying in the darkness with all my strength until the sun finally rose again and the fog cleared out. Eventually, the house was filled with the sound of my baby's first cries. That baby was your father. I remember
I clutched him tight to my chest and wept tears of joy. It was the first time I'd ever felt such happiness in my life.
My dad?
Oh.
He was my pride and joy, and so are you, Shuyu. You're so much like him.
I'm gonna cry.
I love you both so much.
Oh no, I'm gonna cry. I don't wanna cry.
You're always going to be different from me. Why? Just what did I do?
Well, that sounds ominous. What did you do?
I don't care what you might have done, Granny. You'll always be the person I love more than anything.
You're too sweet, Shuyu. I'm lucky to have you with me. If not for you, I would not have had the courage to come here, to try to remember what I had forgotten.
Oh no, I'm tearing up. This is bad.
All right. Let's not stand around any longer. There's one place left, yes? Let's go take a look.
Let's go.
If one recalls correctly, the next place should be Xianyun Peak. You and I, how fares your health?
I may be a bit slow, but I'll do my best to keep up. I'm sorry to keep everyone waiting.
Climb on. I shall carry you to the top. Oh, such lightness of weight.
All those who grow old grow frail in the end, do they not? First, you lose your memory, then your health. Eventually, you end up losing everything. My only wish is to depart this world with a lucid mind, to free myself of this torment and the burden it places upon others.
Oh god.
Fret not. You have my aid in this endeavor.
This is so sweet, but it's going to make me cry because it's so sad at the same time.
We're finally here. Does this place feel familiar to you, Granny Wendai?
Let me see. How strange. Have I lived here before?
Does this mean you remember something? Take your time.
When we were at Wangshu Inn and the abandoned house earlier, though I couldn't remember everything, I still felt a sense of familiarity. I could easily picture myself in those places. But here, I don't have that feeling. Perhaps I did come here in the past, but it just didn't leave a strong impression on me.
But did the stories get it wrong then?
Well, maybe they don't know all of the details. We can't expect them to get everything right. Exactly.
Yeah, that's true. But they're also the only thing we have to go off of.
Well, maybe just look around at this place some more.
Paimon was hoping this place would jog Granny Yuendai's memory just like the others.
I'm sorry to disappoint you too.
Oh no, you didn't disappoint. No, there's...
Right. We're not going to give up yet. We'll figure something else out. Just you wait.
Exactly. Let's give it some time.
Thank you. If only I could remember.
No, don't stress yourself. It's okay. Don't worry. We got this.
That way. What's that mountain?
Isn't it Cloudretainer's mountain?
Oh, let Paimon look. Huh? Isn't that Mount Outsong? Looks like we've come full circle.
Mount Outsong. Mount Outsong.
Do you remember something?
Granny, are you okay? Don't push yourself, Granny. It's okay if you can't remember. You shouldn't do something that makes you sad.
Mount Outsong, What am I really?
You're confusing me. What's going on?
Mount Outsong holds some familiarity to you?
It does, but I can't go back.
Why?
Are you feeling unwell?
My head, it feels all heavy and dizzy. What is wrong with me?
Did a Adepti curse you by any chance?
Miss Xianyun, is there anything you can do?
Let us go to Mount Outsong.
Are you sure?
But...
Fret not. All will be well. You and I, you have already given more than enough to the pursuit of this endeavor. You may leave the rest to me. I've prepared something that can aid you in suppressing the fear in your heart and restoring your lost memories. It currently resides at Mount Outsong.
Wait, really? When did you do that?
Well, maybe she just prepared this?
I never leave anything to chance. All will reveal itself when we arrive.
Maybe she had a thought about this before? I don't know. Or maybe it was all supposed to happen because of fate. I don't know. Could be. I don't know.
Come on, just tell Paimon already. What's this thing you've prepared?
Oh, is it the device we saw earlier where I thought it was maybe a music box or something?
Here, this is it.
Okay.
Huh? But isn't this the mechanism that you were tinkering with when we first got here? Oh, is it another invention of yours?
Precisely.
Of
A
course.
recent one at that. I am most pleased with the result. I call it the Suspensus Somnium mechanism. It periodically releases a soft breeze, which when paired with a gentle adeptal tune, can help the listener subconsciously relax and even enter a semi-hypnotic state.
See, so I wasn't far off when I said music box or something that can play music. See, I wasn't far off.
Soothing agitation and anxiety, relieving exhaustion and insomnia, its potential uses are numerous indeed. And of course, it can also aid in the recovery of lost memories.
Whoa,
That's
what a
very
cool
useful.
gadget. But if you had it all along, why did you keep it to yourself until just now?
Because she maybe just needed to figure out what's going on.
We could have come to Mount Outsong right off the bat and saved Paimon a lot of floating.
How preposterous. Had you and I not recalled much of her past through her own efforts, the device would have nothing to draw upon.
That's true, see?
We Adepti can only help those who first resolve to help themselves. Had she lacked such determination and strength of character, one would have little to offer in way of assistance.
Paimon thinks she gets it now. Hey, what's that other thing?
What?
As previously mentioned,
a
gentle adeptal tune is required to take full advantage of the mechanism. One secured such a tune from Streetward Rambler. Only with her melodies can the mechanism reach its peak power.
Whoa, Paimon can feel what you mean. Paimon's body feels light as a feather. It's as if she's lying down on a warm patch of grass after a super satisfying meal.
Are you going to fall asleep?
And you and
Oops.
I. Is the mechanism helping you to relax?
I guess this is the answer.
It appears she has already succumbed to the depths of reverie. Come, join one on this side. We shall give her some time to herself.
Sure. Let's see.
The drought is over. But why do you look like you want to cry?
Oh, so she remembers now.
The potion. It's nearly run its course.
I've never regretted meeting you. Not even for a second.
Which means that she's going to get her illness back.
Please. Please, no.
Did he left her? No.
Have you forgotten? This is the world you left behind. One of gentle breeze and morning dew, perfectly straddled betwixt the realms of heaven and earth.
Oh, this gave me chills. Oh my god, that just gave me chills. Okay.
This is your home. This is where you belong. You should have never left. The you of the past, the me from not that long ago. We should have never.
Was she an Adepti before? But that's weird. Why didn't cloudretainer recognize her? Oh no, I believe it's going to...
So that is the truth.
Oh.
No wonder this place is so familiar.
Granny! Granny, are you okay?
Oof, this must be hard for her.
Cloud Retainer.
Does she remember her?
Your memories have returned.
So they know each other.
Wait, did you just call her by her full name? Does that mean you already knew each other?
Yes. I now remember everything. Everything.
Granny, please don't cry. I'm here. I'm here.
Oh, don't worry, my dear child. Granny is fine.
Oh, I'm tearing up. This is bad.
I'm so sorry, everyone. You've gone to so much trouble on my behalf.
No, it's great that you remember. That's great.
It's all come back to me now. The most important thing that I had forgotten was the truth of what I once was.
An adaptai?
One can sense the guilt that now plagues your conscience. Reclaiming a truth long buried is sure to come with a myriad of complex emotions. Perhaps one should recount the story on your behalf while you compose yourself.
Yeah, let her rest. This must be hard for her.
No, it's okay. Now that I've remembered, I must face my memories head on. Shuyu, everyone, I cannot thank you enough for all your help. I'm ready to tell you my story, if you're willing to listen.
Please go ahead.
Please, Granny, don't force yourself. What happened in the past doesn't matter. I love you more than anything. Nothing you say can change that.
I know, dear child. My feelings for you are exactly the same. It is for this reason that you deserve to know the truth.
Well, what is the truth? It can't be that bad, can it?
Some time ago, I made a terrible mistake. One for which I could never atone.
Well, everyone makes mistakes. It happens.
Is this the sin that you mentioned in Xianyun Karst? What happened?
There is it again, the word sin. That depends. What sin did you commit?
I am, in truth, not a human being. My real form, one that I held for centuries, was that of a wild crane. I spent many, many years living on Mount Outsong, bathing in the soft breeze and drinking the sweet dew of the mountains. At some point, I somehow gained wisdom and sentience. The Lord of the Mountain, Cloudretainer, became aware of my existence and began to share many stories with me. She even passed on the secret of cultivation to me. Though she never took me on as a formal disciple, I always saw her as my master. Whenever she took out her tools to work on mechanisms or new inventions, I would also stand next to her and watch.
Because you wanted to learn from her.
I even contemplated completing my training and becoming an adeptus in my own right. I followed her teachings, and time gradually passed us by. Until that fateful day 50 years ago.
50 years ago?
During the drought that struck Liyue.
That's right. Master regaled me with many stories of her past deeds. From them, I learned how she had saved people from a similar crisis in the past. She was the one I looked up to the most. More than anything, I dreamt of becoming an adeptus like her. I wanted to travel the land like she had, relieving suffering wherever I went.
You wanted to be like her, and that's probably why you did things that you shouldn't have done. But if that's the case, well, I will wait. I will wait until the story is told.
But I was still far from being a real adeptus. I possessed no ability to take on human form and fit in with the crowd. Once she learned of my desires, Master prepared a special dose of human mimicry potion for me. She warned me that the potion's effects would only last 10 years, and if I were to fail to return to my original form at the end of that time, I would forever forget my past as a crane and become something neither human, beast, nor adeptus.
Oh no. So that was the source of your dementia all along.
But you never turned back into a crane.
Was it because of Grandpa?
Indeed, I fell in love. Though he was human, he had spent his entire life training on Mount Tianheng. When we met, it was not only my first foray into the world below, but his as well. Although clumsy and impulsive as he was, you'd think he was the real strange bird among the two of us. But still, just like me, he cared deeply about the world and wanted, more than anything, to cleanse it of all pain and suffering. I could not help but fall for him. But my time continued to tick away. Those 10 years passed by in a flash. Yet I did not want to leave his side, so I...
Oh no. What happened next?
She committed a sin.
I committed an offense. I wanted to stay with him, even if it meant living a life full of pain and suffering, even if it meant that I would eventually turn into a monstrosity. I knew I had betrayed Master's hopes, but I was too ashamed to face her. So I wrote her a long letter instead and asked someone to leave it outside her abode. I was convinced that she would not support my decision, and I lacked the courage to speak to her face to face.
Oh no.
In my shame, I fled and tried to hide from the world, such that no one would be able to find me again.
So that's why the nameless heron hid herself away.
But that was only the beginning of my troubles. I began to suffer from a strange illness. My memories became hazy and confused, and I could no longer keep myself awake. I understood that my pain was caused by my refusal to return to the life I was fated to lead. Along with my memories as a crane, I soon forgot the true cause of my suffering as well. I knew only that I had committed a sin. All I could do was pray for forgiveness, even if I had long forgotten what needed to be forgiven.
You know what this reminds me on? That reminds me of the people of Kanria who got cursed by the gods, and how scary it is, actually. I wonder if the people who became monsters from Kanria, or what we learned about the Kanrian that got cursed, if they feel the same way, you know? That's kind of gives you another thing to think about. So yeah, that's I don't know. It's scary what gods and adepti are capable of if you don't follow their rules or if you don't do what else they say. That's very scary.
Looking back, I was beyond lucky to have come across that traveling merchant at Wangshu Inn. It was such a fortunate coincidence that we were there at the same time. If it weren't for those soul-revitalizing tea pills, I probably would have...
Are you sure that it wasn't cloudretainer who came to visit you? Or maybe someone that she sent?
Granny, what's wrong?
Coincidence? Why did I ever think it was a coincidence? Tea pills concocted using the blood of an adeptus? No, it couldn't be. Master, don't tell me. Back then, that merchant was actually...
It was her, wasn't it?
Human custom would dictate the conferral of gifts to be in order when one's progeny is wedded, would it not? Consider the pills a symbol of one's best wishes.
So she actually cared about her and was concerned about her. That's also why she decided to help her now.
So when I tried to conceal my name and mistakes from the world and hide myself away in perpetuity, the only person I managed to deceive was myself. You knew where I was all along.
Maybe she knew that you would make this decision, but she was never mad at you. She just was very worried.
One still remembers when you were but a fledgling. You possessed a certain fondness for a particular game. You would hide yourself among a group of wild cranes and ask one to pick you out from among the flock.
Kind of like hide and seek, what you mentioned earlier.
One found you with such ease every time. 'Tis a truth most evident. One always recognizes one's own, no matter what form they may take.
Oh, wait! Paimon's confused! So, Cloud Retainer, you found Yuendai again? But how? When? And what happened after that?
Perhaps it is now time for one to recount the rest of the tale.
Please go ahead, I'm interested. Oh, we are getting a cutscene? I'm excited, let's go. Oh, maybe not, okay. Ah, it's so pretty in here.
One was furious upon receiving your letter. Seized with anger, one set out to bring you to your senses.
Understandable. Oh, is this genuine? It looks like it. This is so pretty here. So we're going to Wangshu Inn, okay.
In truth, one had more than a few misgivings about your chosen partner. As an exorcist, his talent was lacking. One could hardly say his skill with sigils was any better. But soon, one came to appreciate the devotion he bestowed upon you during your illness. He never uttered a complaint and rarely left your side.
So he actually was a good person.
Unwilling to begrudge someone of such character, one decided to overlook his aforementioned deficiencies, glaring though they may have been.
So so Cloud Retainer actually sees her as another daughter. That's so adorable. Well, maybe not, but in that sense, you know?
Wishing to grant you a life without regrets, one gathered many divine ingredients and used one's own blood to create a form of medicine. Though imperfect, it managed to suppress the more dire effects of your illness.
She definitely saw her like another daughter.
As for how to deliver the medicine, after much contemplation, one eventually decided to perform the deed oneself. One took great care to alter one's features and select the appropriate attire. Only after meticulous scrutiny did one finally set out for Wangshu Inn.
Oh no.
As one expected, you were most ignorant of one's true identity. You showed not even the slightest inkling of recognition.
You did well to hide it.
One was quite torn. Should one have celebrated the success of one's disguise, or mourn the loss of your acquaintance?
Oh. You're kidding me, right?
Yeah! Scatter! Skyward!
Oh, I made it. I thought I would fall down. Never mind, I did it. I didn't fall down. Okay. Oh, it's the cool... It's like her abode in the beginning, where we have to do the test, you know? Oh, wait, I forgot we can literally fly. Let's hope I don't fall down.
Nevertheless, one would speak to you about another matter, if you are amenable. Even considering your loss of memory, one was simply flabbergasted that you could so easily forget the consequences of consuming medicine infused with Adepto blood. Its proclivity to attract monsters is hardly that complicated of a concept to remember. To think that you tried to travel while weak from sickness and heavy with child. Had one not intervened to clear the fog, all of you would have been lost during the night.
It's so interesting that so many people think she doesn't care, but actually, as you can see, she cares so much deep down. She just doesn't show it in the outside, but she actually cares so much for everyone. She's such a kind character, but it's so easy to misjudge her or other people to misjudge her. In the beginning, I thought she was actually a very cold-hearted person, but knowing her now, I feel bad for misjudging her so badly, actually. Oh, here we go. Well, she's actually leveled compared to mine, so now I can actually really fight.
Skyward! Scatter! Skyward!
I don't even know what I'm doing. I haven't used her much, so... Because she isn't leveled yet, so... But it's so much fun fighting with her. And especially exploring with her is so much fun.
Seize the skies! Riveting.
Dang it. No! Rude. Excuse you. Did I just get hit by lightning? What the hell? Never mind. Okay, I'm sorry.
Those monsters would hardly have pursued you with such ferocity without sufficient incentive. They were likely incited by the presence of godly remains.
So I wasn't too far off with my guess in the beginning.
Said godly remains, in turn, were likely drawn to the trace of one scent on your body. One was, after all, an active participant in the Archon War. Some of the gods were likely shattered by contraptions of one's very making.
So they're basically seeking revenge on her.
In the end, one was relieved to see you endure through the night. At the break of dawn, one heard an infant's cry pierce through the air, and one saw you carefully cradle the child to your chest. Although certain mortal matters remain foreign to me, one could not help but be moved by your joy.
I'm gonna cry. She's so caring and so sweet, and she loves her people so much.
To see you happy, that was more than enough.
I'm gonna cry. Oh no! I'm gonna cry. She's so adorable. She's so sweet and caring and kind. I'm going to cry. Oh god, she's such a good person. I'm so glad I pulled for her. Oh no, I'm gonna cry.
Now you should have a complete understanding of the events.
Wait, but if that's true, then the crane who took care of me when I was sick must also be...
Ah, one had almost neglected to recount the absurdities of that tale.
So, did you just confuse it, or was it cloudretainer? Oh, we're getting another tail. Let's go.
Just as you and I troubled one with her antics, so did you give one many a headache. Upon finding you burning with fever, one made plans to bring you back to one's abode for treatment. However, upon seeing one's form, you began to cry, refusing to get on one's back.
Oh no.
When one asked you why, apparently you believed that one could not possibly be a true Adeptus, because all illuminated cranes are white from tip to toe. One had no choice but to apply powder to one's body to conceal the variegated nature of one's appearance. You became more than amenable enough when one stood before you devoid of any other coloring.
She actually did that. Oh no.
It bears mentioning, however, that as a crane, Yuandai was nearly entirely pure white in color. Though you had never encountered her in that form, you still recognize the essence of her being. Perhaps fate brought you two together in more ways than one.
She's a very smart child, not gonna lie.
Now all has been revealed. One owes you an apology, Yuandai. One recognized you upon your very entrance into Wanmin restaurant. One has always viewed you as a disciple of equal standing with Ganyu and Shenhe. Indeed, one wished to bring your story to a satisfactory end with this visit to Liyue Harbor. Still, one could not reveal your identity right away. Had one simply informed you of all you had lost, all those cherished memories would merely have become the fictionalized account of another.
True. She tried to make it so that she alone, so that she had to remember it first, to not make it seem like she was forcing only bad things up on her.
Memories are most meaningful when recalled by those who live through them. Would you not agree? Even if the process was painful and arduous to experience. Have you any inquiries? Inquiries?
Master, I must ask. If you found me all those years ago, why did you leave me be, even though you knew about my mistake? Why did you not bring me back to Mount Outsong by force?
Because she still cared for your feelings and she just wanted to see you happy.
One has never regarded your action as a mistake.
Or that.
It was a simple choice, nothing more. When it is time for one's progeny to leave the nest, it is the responsibility of an elder to let them fly free. Yet, when your wings grow weary and the night grows dark, just know that you always have a place to which to return.
I'm gonna cry. Oh no.
Tis a refuge
so
referred to
adorable.
by many a
Oh,
name
no.
in mortal writing. Home, nest, haven. Whatever its denomination may be, its essence remains quite unchanged. One speaks, of course, of a place not unlike one's own abode. One's disciples are free to come and go as they wish, yet the door remains forever open to those who wish to return. One rather hopes you count yourself among them.
That is so sweet. Oh no. Oh god.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You and I. One expects you too have sensed the rapid deterioration of your condition as of late. Have you not? 40 years ago, you chose a path without a future. Though one used one's own blood to provide you with a few decades of extra time, it merely delayed the inevitable. One may have extended the path, yet one was unable to alter its final destination.
So it's still going this way, no matter.
Even the power of an adeptus has its limits. Had your condition continued to deteriorate, you would have forgotten your life as a human entirely. In the end, you would have turned into a creature lacking in the ability to even comprehend its own monstrousness. Fortunately, you were able to avoid that scenario by reclaiming your memories.
Oh, that's good to know.
Though one sped the process along by providing some guidance, the result is entirely a reflection of your own effort.
That's great. That means that she can be a normal human. At least for now.
So, what's gonna happen to Granny?
One will help her reclaim her original form as a wild crane. If it be fated, she may recover her sentience one day.
She's gotta go back to being a regular crane, huh?
But what is with the girl then? Like, what will she do? Is there no other way?
Master, you've already done more than enough for me. I don't know how I could possibly repay your kindness.
I'm gonna cry.
This is a better result than I could have ever hoped for. How much time do I have left?
Oh no.
Not long. The transformation is imminent.
Granny, please don't leave, okay?
I'm gonna cry.
You're all I have left. Please.
Don't be sad, dear child. Granny has
Oh, no.
led a wonderful life. My only regret is having to leave you behind.
Well, but this doesn't mean she can't come visit, right?
Don't forget to eat well, okay? A growing young lady like yourself needs lots of good food to grow big and strong. Promise Granny you'll take good care of yourself when I'm gone.
Oh no, this is going to mess with me so bad.
I promise, Granny. I'll do whatever you say.
Oh no.
Good girl. Good girl. Don't worry. It's not goodbye forever. Granny's gonna become the most formidable crane in all of Mount Outsung. Granny will train day and night. I won't stop until I can turn into a human without having to rely on anything but my own power. When that day comes, we'll be able to live together again. You and I. How's that sound?
Good.
That's a good girl.
Oh god.
Even though we won't see each other for a little while, as long as we both work hard,
Oh no.
we're sure to meet again someday.
Oh, the traveler probably is hurt too because it reminds her of her sibling. Oh no. That hurts
I'll
even
eat well,
more.
Granny. I promise. And I'll wait for you, no matter how long it takes. I'll wait for you to come back.
That's a good girl. Then Granny really has no more regrets. I'm so sorry, Master.
Oh god.
Thank you for everything.
Oh god, I'm gonna cry again. There she goes. Oh no, don't cry, I'm gonna cry. Oh. Stop.
You.
Let her be. At her age, crying is a natural, if not fitting, response to such an event. Tears are a necessary part of maturation. Sometimes there is scarcely a better vehicle to wash away the toll of stress and misery. Now that the issue has been resolved, you should also take a moment to relax. Give yourself some time to rest. Take a nap if you must. One will wake you in due time.
Ugh, a rest is definitely what I need after this. Oh god. My emotions are all over the place. Oh. What now? I'm scared. Oh, at least she stopped crying now. That's good. I'm happy that she stopped crying for now. That's just a dream, right? Oh no. You're gonna hurt me, I can feel it! Oh no, I knew it! Oh god. I'm gonna cry. Oh no. No.
I always believed we would see each other again.
that our days of separation would finally end.
No.
And all my troubles would be behind me.
Poor Traveler. She's going to be so hurt when she wakes up. Oh no.
If only things could stay this way forever.
Oh no. Poor Lumine, she's going to be so hurt. Oh no. Oh.
A nightmare?
Poor Traveler.
Curious. If you're relaxed, shouldn't your dreams be pleasant?
It was a good dream. It's just...
You weren't ready to wake up. Eloquent as one may be, words of comfort are not one's strong suit. You are doing all you can. One can see your strength of will, your fearlessness in the face of danger. And so, whatever your dream may be, one believes that you shall achieve it. Of course, whenever the perils you face overwhelm you, or you become weary, one is always here for you. After all, as an elder, it is only right to look out for the young ones.
Oh no. This is so adorable. I can't. Oh, my voice is broken.
Grilled chicken drumsticks.
Of course. Oh, you awake now.
Was Paimon sleeping just now?
Yeah, you were like knocked out.
Oh, Paimon wasn't talking to you. Paimon had a dream about eating grilled chicken drumsticks, that's all.
Madam Adeptus?
Oh, Xianyun, you're awake. How do you feel?
I feel a little better. Thanks. I know I'll see Granny again someday, so I don't feel so sad anymore.
You're very smart and very grown up, so I'm sure you will figure out a way until then.
Madam Adeptus, could I ask you something? Would you take me in as a disciple?
Oh, and have you reasons for this sudden interest?
I know Granny thought what she did back then was wrong. She felt really bad about it. But without that mistake, I would have never been born. Even though Granny lost her memories, she never forgot to show me how much she loved me. So, I thought maybe one day I could become a cool Adeptus like you and help a whole bunch of people, just like Granny wanted to do.
Upon some reflection, one supposes you are no mere mortal. The fact that Yuendai's blood flows through your veins is proof enough of that. If this is what you desire, one shall make it so.
It makes sense.
Thank you so much, Madam Adeptus. No, I mean, Master.
Xianyun, are you sure about this? Paimon's gonna let you in on a little secret. We've seen Cloudretainer's 2 other disciples, and they pretty much eat nothing but bitter herbs like Genshin and violet grass.
Well, that's because they are a bit different, you know, Paimon. She's human.
If you
Well,
try
not
them, you'll
really
never
human.
enjoy One-Man Restaurant's delicious cooking ever again.
Well, I'm not so sure about that. Cloudretainer does it too.
How utterly preposterous. One has never enforced such a rule. Every individual must find their own path to enlightenment. So long as one retains a pureness of spirit, one's dietary proclivities are quite irrelevant.
Well, you say that, but Paimon's not seeing any tasty treats up here now, is she?
Paimon, calm down.
Although Mount Outsong is rich in natural beauty, Its location does preclude access to certain finer mortal comforts. That is precisely why one plans to relocate to Liyue Harbor. Shu Yu shall have the honor of becoming one's first disciple in the human world.
Well, that sounds great.
Whoa! You're leaving Mao Outsong?
Is that why you took on this human form?
One has never concerned oneself with the location of one's residence. From the very beginning, one has sought only solace and peace. Yet in the end, all of one's disciples ended up in Liyue Harbor. Ganyu, Shenhe, Yuan Dai, they all chose a life among the mortal world.
So you decide that it's time to go back to the mortal world?
One has reflected on this fact for many years now. One can only assume that it is due to some failing on one's part as an elder or master. A failing, perhaps, of recognizing what it was they truly wanted. One is most curious as to what aspect of Liyue Harbor could have enticed them to remain there. One could hardly offer an opinion on the matter, but perhaps some time in the harbor will prove instructive.
That sounds interesting.
Why are you all so silent?
Well, we are listening to you. You're talking.
Paimon is, just a bit shocked, that's all. So, does this mean we can grab a meal together in Liyue Harbor sometime?
That sounds amazing.
One has precious little time to squander. However, if one finds oneself otherwise unoccupied, one would not be opposed to the idea.
I take you up on that offer then.
One will be assuming the identity of a human while residing in Liyue Harbor. You should take care to avoid disclosing one's true identity.
Got it.
Don't worry, we'll help you keep it a secret. So, when can we expect to start seeing you in the city?
At Lantern Ride, perhaps?
Perhaps in 2 days' time. One has some matters to see to before one's departure. Preparation is the key to success, after all. One plans to put up various items from one's collection for sale. The earnings should provide for a comfortable living in Liyue Harbor. One has already picked out a handsome property near Chuhu Rock. 'Tis no small purchase, but what is mortal life if not one expense after another?
Seems like you've really thought of everything.
She probably was planning for quite a while.
Then how about we meet up in Liyue Harbor in 2 days?
A sensible plan. See you then. Oh,
see you then.
Also, why don't you take this suspense insomnia mechanism as a souvenir? Anytime you should feel ill at ease in the future, you may try quieting your mind and sitting in meditation as you listen to its melodies. It might help you find a new perspective.
Thank you.
Awesome! Thanks, Cloud Retainer!
Thank you so much. I gladly take it.
Hey, didn't we promise Shincho that we'd tell him what we found out?
Sure.
So, about your move to Liyue Harbor, you gonna tell the other Adepti about it?
I have left an explanatory note in my abode. Those 2 old fossils will discover it, I am sure, should they come seeking my company.
Of course it's a note. They always leave each other notes.
Considering their recent penchant for going off on private escapades, however, I find myself caring little for how they shall receive this news.
They're so petty with each other, I can't. Oh no.
Your concerns are excessive and unfounded. This is but a simple collection of ordinary valuables. Such intense scrutiny is hardly necessary.
To be quite honest, your insistence on that fact is my primary cause for concern. In what way are any of these ordinary? Every single item here could be worth more than everything I own combined.
Oh.
I simply can't risk shelling out that kind of mora without proper scrutiny. If I'm wrong, I would never be able to earn it back, not even if I worked every single day for the rest of my life. I have to be careful. Yes, you can never be too careful.
We're here, Cloud. Miss Xianyun, what are you guys arguing about?
Ah, perfect timing. This ignoramus is questioning the authenticity of my wares. I'll have you know, these items have remained untouched in my personal collection for several hundred years. To question their legitimacy is pure folly.
Several hundred years?
She likes to, think of things bigger than they actually are. That's what she actually does. She does it sometimes. It's her way of saying she knows what she's doing.
Indeed. They're family heirlooms, you see. Passed down
Exactly.
over many generations, as families are wont to do.
Here we go again with the secret keeping. Oh no.
They've definitely been around a while. We can vouch for her on that one.
Yeah, we know her very well.
Hear that? Had I not found myself in need of Mora, I would scarcely have had the heart to part with them. Indeed, you should consider it an honor to even have the opportunity to behold them with your own eyes. Doubt their authenticity any further, and I may just decide to take them to another buyer.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Please don't go! I apologize for any insult, miss. You see, I know full well that I lack the knowledge to judge the true worth of these items. If you could wait but a moment, I've hired an expert to appraise them for me. He should be here shortly.
Okay.
An expert, you say? Very well. I will wait for a little while longer then. Traveler, Paimon, this is my new residence. If you have cause to seek my company in the future, this is where you can find me.
I will remember that.
Master! Oh, it's you two again.
Hey, Xianyun. Whoops, I cut you off. Sorry.
It looks great on you.
Yeah, you look cute.
Mm-hmm. Master made it for me. I like it too.
It looks adorable.
Huh? You know how to make clothes?
Well, I'm not surprised.
Do I know how to make clothes? With the support of the proper mechanism, sewing is hardly a challenge.
Master, I brought in most of my stuff. There's a few boxes left, but they're kind of heavy, so I just left them outside.
I carry them if you want.
Fret not. I shall help you move them into your room.
I can do that too.
Actually, I should probably sort through my stuff a bit first. Everything's kind of messy right now, so maybe you could not look yet, Master? Yeah, that'd be great.
It appears my young apprentice has her own fair share of secrets. No matter. Do what you must, child. Now, this expert you mentioned. When can we expect their arrival?
Soon. Ah, there he is. Here, allow me to make some introductions.
Oh no.
This is Mr. Zhang Li, a well-respected consultant at Wangshang Funeral Parlor and an expert in all manner of valuables and antiques.
Oh no, this is something else. Oh no.
Mr. Zhang Li, this is Miss Xianyun. She's the one who's looking to sell the collection of valuables I mentioned earlier.
Oh, this is so good. Oh my god. He's at the loss of words.
Huh.
Oh, yeah, they totally don't know each other.
Ah, if it isn't Miss Xianyun. It has been quite some time since our last meeting. What a serendipitous reunion.
Indeed, most serendipitous. Have you been faring well as of late, Mr. Zhang Li?
Quite well, thank you. I was fortunate enough over the past few days to enjoy both a stroll in the mountains and a fresh brew of tea from the most recent harvest. The experiences left me with such insight and peace.
Huh. So you two are already acquainted?
Indeed. How fortunate we are that fate has brought us together again. If you are otherwise unaware, allow me to inform you that Miss Xianyun is a well-regarded collector and appraiser. She is well-versed in all fields, and oft-celebrated for her impeccable taste. You stand to gain much from this opportunity.
There you heard it.
You are too kind, Mr. Zhang Li. True collectors pride themselves on their wealth of knowledge and eye for detail. I can say without a doubt that you are foremost in that regard.
Why, you flatter me, Miss Xianyun.
This is awkward.
It would seem that you are as
but
self-effacing
hilarious
as ever.
Not at all, Mr. Zhang Li. Not at all.
While I am loath to butt into this conversation, I must ask, you two already knew each other, and you seem to have quite a cordial relationship. Can I be certain that you're not working together to swindle me? I mean, you never know.
You know, you're some scared guy, you know? Always assuming the worst.
Accusation. The heavens themselves would collapse before we would conspire to do such a thing.
Miss Xianyun speaks the truth. Contracts are built on honesty and trust. If that proves to be beyond your capabilities in this instance, this transaction may be taken elsewhere.
Say no more. Let us depart.
I jest. What fool would still harbor doubts after Mr. Zhongli himself has vouched for the goods? Miss Xianyun, wait!
This is so awkward.
I deeply apologize for doubting you. So, Mr. Zhongli, could you please give me a final verdict on the value of these items?
There is no cause for concern. They are indeed rare and precious valuables. Take this mechanism, for instance. Though one may not immediately perceive its purpose, its structure and appearance are exquisite enough to merit it a place in any fine home. The same can be said for this one here. Few could hope to possess an item that so perfectly blends mechanical wonder with geometric grace. I am sure you have heard from your travels that the study of mechanisms is among the most wondrous arts in this world. With that in mind, I earnestly recommend procuring every last item in this collection.
Yes, you better do that.
All right.
Heard that?
Since I hired you as my consultant, Mr. Zhongli, I shall, of course, trust your good opinion.
I hope so.
Then, in that case, Miss Xianyun, I'll take the lot. However, since the final sum is quite large, how about we start with an initial deposit through the Northland Bank?
The Northland Bank? Huh. Oh, you refer to the fiduciary house.
I fear people only use the term bank nowadays. In that case, I'll be off for now. I'll return to collect the goods once you've received the funds.
Okay. Are we sure we can trust this guy? Just asking.
Zhongli!
Hello, Zhongli.
My friends, have you been doing well?
Yes.
We've been great. How about you? Paimon didn't know you were such a busy consultant.
My days have been quite pleasant as well. I had been quietly enjoying a cup of tea when Mr. Xiaozu requested my services. As for you, Miss Xianyun, I presume you must be looking to settle in the city?
I must say, the name Xianyun sounds exceedingly strange coming from you. Perhaps you could dispense of that particular epithet in further conversation.
Whatever for. Am I not addressing you as a friend should?
Well, that is true, but... Alas, refer to me however you will. After all, a name exists such that others may address you with it. One is hardly ignorant of that fact.
It would seem that you have gained many valuable insights over the years, cloudretainer.
One has indeed. One's previous stays were all brief. Now that one has made up one's mind to move and settle, one has gained a much better appreciation of the hubbub and commotion of the city, as well as the people's hard work and ardor. This city is much changed from how it was more than 1,000 years ago.
Not unlike the ocean tides, so too shall the movement of people ebb and flow. From turmoil to peace, enlightenment to aspiration. Human society possesses limitless potential. In another 1,000 years, the scene we witness here may change in ways that are impossible for either of us to imagine.
This conversation between old friends is so pleasant to see and so comfortable to watch. I'm glad that they're still so comfortable with each other.
Alright, that's enough reflection for one day. No need to get all sentimental on us.
Why did you interrupt the moment? I was in the moment.
You make a valid point, Paimon. Now that the sale has concluded, what say one plays the host as we try some specialty dishes together?
Okay.
One must profess great interest in trying bamboo shoot soup.
Perhaps you have forgotten, cloudretainer, but I once tried my hand at that dish. You were at the table on that occasion, so logic dictates that you should have already tried it.
Oh? What occasion was this?
It was a reunion between friends several centuries ago. Alas, you must have been too preoccupied to secure yourself a portion. Or perhaps our other companions simply availed themselves of faster reflexes on that occasion.
Hardly. 'Twas most certainly out of consideration for the others in attendance. In but a moment, one will show you what it means to have a true deftness of hand. It is settled then. Bamboo shoot soup, mora meat, crab roe tofu, triple layered consomme. We shall enjoy the lot. One has already passed word to Xianyun Ganyu to make a reservation. It is prime time for them to meet one's newest disciple. Is that agreeable to everyone?
Sure.
It should be a most splendid occasion.
Thank you so much, cloudretainer.
Yu, come now, it is time to dine. Ah, this gentleman over here is Mr. Zhongli. He is,
Special.
A humble employee of Wangsheng Funeral Parlor.
Never mind.
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Nice to meet you too, Mr. Zhongli.
That should be everyone, right? Let's go!
Sounds good. Actually, Master, have you ever tried Adeptus' temptation? I heard it's impossible to stop eating after even just one bite. You know, 'cause it's super tempting and stuff. Is that true?
That sounds rather implausible. Although with the right preparation, certain dishes can be too delicious to resist.
Huh? Why are you all walking so fast? Hey, wait for Paimon!
Float faster.
Hey, wait up!
That was adorable. Yay! The quest was amazing. It was truly amazing. It was so sweet, but I also so emotional. But I truly loved it, and I love to see that cloudretainer came after all back to the mortal realm and enjoys her time in Liu Harbor, and now she has a new disciple. And I'm so glad that the little girl is not completely alone. I really loved that, and yeah, I even cried. This made me very emotional, but it was such a good quest. I really, really, really enjoyed it and loved it, and the moments were so sweet. But why did you have to put in the moment with the traveler and the sibling? Why? I was so sad doing that moment. Oh no, I feel, even though it was a happy location and a happy dream, I felt so bad for the traveler because it felt like such salt in the wound, you know?
To do?
Well, thank you for watching. Bye bye bye. Have a nice day, evening, night, whatever. Yeah. Bye. See you.